It can be hard to get along with family, and even harder if your twin wants to kill you.
To Gina, it was a diabolically perfect plan. She would kill her twin sister, assume her identity, and no one would ever know it happened.
On Killer Kin, a podcast from ID, you'll hear true stories about family members who turn against each other. Find out if evil is a family trait. Listen to Killer Kin on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Did you know that parents rank financial literacy as the #1 most difficult life skill to teach? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app for families. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn to earn, save, and spend wisely. And parents can rest easy knowing their kids are learning about money with guardrails in place. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/getstarted. That's GREENLIGHT.com/getstarted.
So I was thinking if we froze it this time.
I am not mailing you any more pizzas. I have a job, man.
What? What do you even do?
Something with the internet at college. I'm not even really sure, actually, to be honest.
Hey, guys, you wanted to see me?
Yeah, Eli. Sit down, buddy.
Okay.
Not on my lap. Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Okay, look, Eli.
Not mine either.
I know. Okay, just on a chair. On a chair. Can we do a chair? A chair. The chair. There's an empty chair with nobody on that chair.
Wow.
Okay.
It was right there. There's obviously he meant that one.
Sit in that. I'm going to pick him up. I'm going to pick him up and put him in a chair.
Good.
This is the chair. Sit here. All right. Now, I know you're supposed to do the essay this week, but we looked at some of your suggestions and we do not think that's a good idea. No.
Yeah, like people I don't like on Twitter, girls I wish I had sex with in high school.
That's a long one.
Girls who are still in high school that I'd like to have sex with. Those are not subjects for our show.
And a lot of that last one is illegal. Just
For me to have
for the
even
record.
said, yeah.
Okay, but what about this last one on the list? The toxic lady. That's got something in it for everybody.
Eli, honestly, look.
No. Hear me out. It's got dangerous pseudoscience for Noah, the smell of garlic for Heath, and a mystery for Cecil. It's perfect.
Well, I do hate pseudoscience.
I love garlic. There's garlic?
But what about Tom?
A lady dies.
Okay, I would love for that to not be my thing. Why is that my thing?
We all would, Tom.
Oh.
Why is that your thing?
You want to share garlic? Hello and welcome to Citation Needed, the podcast where we choose a subject, read a single article about it on Wikipedia, and pretend we're experts. Because this is the internet, and that's how it works now. I'm Heath, and I'll be hosting this very special episode about toxic femininity that Eli chose for us. And I'm joined by a panel of long-suffering male activists. First up, we have the before pictures for Locks of Love self-donation, Noah and Cecil.
All right, if Locks of Love is serious about it, me and Cecil both have showered brains. Oh, I'm sorry, are the leukemia kids not important enough for you?
And it could be head hair, but it also could be back hair with me, too. I mean, a little bit of doesn't matter.
And also joining us tonight, we have the after pictures for Planet Fitness. Well, the way after pictures for Planet Fitness.
Oh, Jesus.
Tom and Eli.
Okay, I like to think that I'm now coming around full circle and that I am shaped mostly like a circle.
Yeah, and I'm like the after the apocalypse pictures.
No, we'll be skinny then. We'll all be skinny.
All right. Well, before we begin tonight, we'd like to take a moment to thank our patrons. These fine folks headed over to patreon.com/citationpod and gave us a little bit of money. And besides making them better people, that also gave them access to bonus episodes, patron-only AMAs, and our highly coveted suggestion box. Ooh. So if you'd like to become a better person too, we'll tell you where to go at the end of the show. And with that out of the way, tell us, Tom, what person, place, thing, concept, phenomenon, or event are we going to be talking about
Now,
today?
Okay, I'm fine. But I want to say for the record, I think it's weird we're doing this episode about my ex-wife. I didn't approve that.
Not that. No.
Well, no, the sheet says the toxic lady, so I don't know
Shit.
who else it could be. Okay, hang on. My alarm is going off. I have to write another check. Yeah. It must be.
Every hour on the hour.
So let's find out. Let's find out what the actual topic is for today. Eli, I understand you finally found someone who smells worse than a bathroom after you use it. It's a weird search you've been doing. So are you okay for settling for second place?
Hey,
Number 2.
The only way I come second is if there are binoculars involved, Heath.
Okay. I'm assuming you also smell worse than the bathroom after you use it, and that's the comparison you're making? Is that how that works?
Glad you're digging into this. Digging
If
deep.
you want me to just say second place, the phrase, like I'll set up a joke for you next, so you just tell me, whatever. I'll say second place. Okay, so tell us, Eli, who was the toxic lady?
Gloria Ramirez, Heath.
Okay. Short episode, everybody. What are we all doing? You guys want to do wings? I'm feeling wings.
I could do wings. Yeah, wings.
Wings.
No.
No? All right. Fine. So more Eli talking, I guess. I mean, wings sound awesome right now. I feel like we can do that either way, right?
Yeah, I feel like we should have voted on the wings thing. We didn't give that enough of a chance.
Well, yeah, this probably is peak appetite for this episode. I read ahead.
All right. So here's the story. At about 8:15 p.m. on the evening of February 19th, 1994, Gloria Ramirez was admitted to the Riverside General Hospital in Moreno Valley, California, suffering from the effects of late-stage cervical cancer.
All right. Well, if anything screams comedy setup.
No, give it some time. This could still be funny. I mean, it was cervical cancer. I mean, that's like a top 3 comedy cancer. Just saying.
All right. Who's drinking barium tonight? Who's drinking barium? White people get chemo like this. This lady knows what I'm talking about. She knows.
This took place at a general hospital, so please say there was some kind of ugly breakup over this lady's hospice bed. That's amazing.
Spoilers, Cecil. Spoilers. So Gloria had a high heart rate and irregular breathing, so the staff injected her with 3 drugs in order to sedate her: Valium, Versed, and Ativan.
Or as Ozzy Osbourne calls it, the morning trinity.
Is anybody else Googling how to fake cancer right now? That's not just me.
I feel like Gloria's about to run into 6-year-old Eli getting those same 3 types of pills. Like, hey, Gloria, are you having trouble shitting on the plate? Because are they making you do that? Like, what am I doing wrong here? Get close. Get in close.
It's confusing.
Is it an
It's
angle?
confusing.
Am I doing? I'm just missing. I'm missing every time. This is crazy. Watch me do it one more time.
I didn't miss. So it would have helped if someone watched. Anyway,
like you missed.
problem was she wasn't responding to her treatment and her heart rate went crazy. In an attempt to stabilize her, they tried to defibrillate her, and that's when shit got really, really weird.
Okay, yeah, because before the defib, this was like her normal Tuesday.
Yeah. I wonder if they have a code for that, or is it just like paging Dr. Adams? Shit just got weird. Dr. Adams, weird shit.
I mean, they needed it because almost instantly an oily sheen covered her entire body and the room filled with a fruity garlic-like odor that one of the other staff thought was coming from her mouth.
Wait, an oily sheen covered her body. Was he screaming, "Tiger blood"?
Okay. I'm sorry. I feel like we have to pick between fruity and garlic-like. You know, right? Like it was one or the other, but it wasn't both.
Okay, pretty sure you've never lived until you've poached a pear in pesto.
Then it smells like garlic, though.
Right. So a nurse named Susan
so
Kane.
hungry right now.
So a nurse named Susan Kane started to draw blood from Ramirez's arm and noticed an ammonia-like smell coming from the tube, at which point she handed it to the resident on duty and fainted.
I feel like something like this is in my future, except the nurse isn't going to faint. They're just going to sauce a plate of steak au poivre with it, you know?
Hey, are you sweating out brandy and heavy cream and entire peppercorns? Yes, I am. Don't make it weird. And you'll also need this. Cecil just shits out a copper saucepan. Super extra peppercorns in there too. You just dig in. Here's a whisk.
Okay, like maybe she's not even sick. Maybe she's just a superhero with like powers of the cane toad. Not everyone gets to be Batman. Fuck you guys. Judging.
No, only one. You can only have one guy.
So next, the resident Julie Gorczynski began to feel nauseous. Then she left the room, and shortly after, she fainted.
Wow. So 2 nauseated, fainting women already. This is like walking through a mall with Eli.
Okay, wait. Why would you be in a mall with Eli? Is there a sale somewhere on Velcro shoes I don't know about?
He's not allowed to walk through them alone, you see. So.
Always, Tom. Always. There's always a sale on Velcro. And comfortable, and sometimes I get them for free.
Yeah.
Did you mention? That sometimes I get them for free?
After a 3-day hold period, everybody gives theirs back.
Anyway, my amazing foot choices aside, finally,
enjoy your suicide
moments
shoes.
later,
It's like the homeless guy that was outside of the Fridays I worked at for like 8 years. Every morning, had to give him a root beer. Good old Jack.
that could have been
Velcro
me. I
Jack.
don't know. It wasn't me. All right. My amazing footwear choices aside, finally, moments later, a respiratory therapist assisting in the room also fainted, and then people started dropping like flies. Overall, 23 people in the ER became ill, and 5 were hospitalized.
Okay, she must have had amazing insurance, because if she were poor, she had been dumped at the bus station after the first downed nurse.
Yeah. Wait, you said 5 of them were hospitalized. What, did those people just stand in place? Like, I don't understand.
Or like somebody throws him in a wheelchair, runs him outside, and runs him back in, to be technical. They get stopped. They got to fill out like 200 pages of forms. No, you just saw us. You just fucking saw us. in there.
Right.
So everyone's worried about a chemical attack. So the staff was ordered to evacuate all emergency department patients to the parking lot outside the hospital.
Jesus, sounds like Syria. Except for the having a parking lot intact enough to put patients on part. That's
Oh, shit.
That's a little different.
No, they have a parking lot. It's where the hospital used to be. It's flattened out nice.
A few people stayed behind and tried to stabilize Ramirez, but at 8:50 p.m., after 45 minutes of CPR and defibrillation, Ramirez was pronounced dead from kidney failure related to her cancer.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and guess world's biggest death fart? Is that a thing? Do people do that when they die?
Actually, Heath, you're closer than you think. But what if I told you the second half of our show involved a medical investigator's theory that women be cray, pseudoscience that would make Marsh tell someone to fuck themselves, and a goddamn Rube Goldberg machine of bad luck and chemical weaponry?
Well, I might say you're describing your Thanksgiving again. So while we give you yet another stern talking to about that Thanksgiving that you ruined, we'll take a quick break for some apropos of nothing.
What's your emergency?
Hey, it's Eli.
Damn it, Eli. I will personally buy you a dildo with handles. You've just got to stop putting things in your...
No, it's not that. It's something else.
Okay, fine. What's up?
Okay, so my stomach was hurting?
Eli, you can't call us when your stomach hurts. That's all the time.
That's all the time. No. So I was like, it's probably the soup I had. I should soak it up.
That's not how digestion works.
So I eat the sawdust, and that goes down badly. I'm like choking on it, and...
It would be bad, yeah.
So by the time I'm drinking the nitroglycerin, I'm pretty much just like chugging it, you know?
Wait, I'm sorry. Why do you have nitroglycerin?
Chemistry set?
Nope.
Okay. But then when I ate the wick, I was like, okay, this could really hurt me, you know? So I called you.
Okay, you called because you ate sawdust and nitroglycerin, and you want to know if the wick you swallowed will hurt you?
Yes, I do. That is why I called.
No, the wick won't hurt you.
Oh, okay.
Can I ask why a wick?
I don't know. Go big or go home, right?
Sure. Yeah, go big or go home.
Hi, I'm No Illusions.
And I'm Eli Bosnick, and we're here with an important public service announcement.
Well, it's okay to make jokes about it on your podcast once in a while. It's not okay to eat sawdust and then chug nitrogen.
Over 4 billion children a year die from eating sawdust and then chugging nitroglycerin, and there's nothing funny about that.
Well,
I mean, not if you're there.
Well,
and it's your kid.
Okay.
And you can help do something about it.
Wait, what?
That's right. If you donate to patreon.com/citationpod, 80% of our proceeds go to our new charity that seeks to raise awareness of the dangers of eating sawdust and then chugging nitroglycerin.
No, they won't.
Because if we can't stop kids from exploding when they fart, we can at least get video of it.
Eli, I don't think that's legal for you to even say.
And we'll lobby Congress to make this legal for me to say.
Eli, none of that is true. Plus, there are already plenty of great reasons to become a patron of the show. Yeah, you get early releases, the bonus shorts, the Q&As. Hell, we're even posting a video of our live show in Chicago for patrons pledging $2 or more.
But best of all, if you donate to us, we promise you, no children will die from eating sawdust and chugging nitroglycerin ever again.
Okay, that bit is true.
And now, back to the show.
And we're back. When we left off, a lady was dead of cancer, and everyone was fainting like Hillary Clinton taking a step toward the Rust Belt. So what's next, Eli?
So California's Department of Health and Human Services were called in. They interviewed all 34 of the hospital staff who had worked in the emergency department that day, and they realized that everyone who had severe symptoms had two things in common. They had been within 2 feet of Ramirez's body, and they were women. And in one of the most stunning displays of sexism in recent medical history, the 2 reps from the DHH decided that women just freak out sometimes and ruled it a case of mass hysteria.
Jeez. Well, I mean, to be fair, in some states we stick a radar dish up women's vaginas so they can look their zygote in the facial region before they abort. So I think there's plenty of sexism in medicine to go around.
That's true. Right. But if it's a legitimate abortion, the body has a way of shutting that camera down. As I understand it.
That's true. That's
You
true.
gotta be in Idaho, they can do that with a pill, though. They just swallow it right into their vagina.
I gotta say, like, I take exception. It's not sexist. I'm sure they will treat a pregnant man the same way. We just have to wait and see. Right. Test case.
Yeah. So among those unimpressed by the bitches be crazy theory was the fainting medical resident who I mentioned earlier in the story, Julie Gorchinsky, who pointed out that she was in intensive care with breathing problems, hepatitis, and osteonecrosis for 2 weeks after the incident.
Okay, admittedly, this is an uncommon set of symptoms for a woman who is just hysterical. Did we also check if she's a whore? Because that's the usual checklist.
That's fair.
Second one on there.
Getting hepatitis just by standing near someone isn't that uncommon. You get the same symptoms if you take a short cab ride with Courtney Love. So.
All right, but osteonecrosis? That's your skeleton dying from within.
Yeah.
Right? So these DHH guys said, you know how when ladies see a mouse, they'll start screaming until their bones deteriorate from lack of blood oxygen? We're pretty sure it was that. It was something like that. What?
Yeah, so a little suspicious that Julie hadn't spooked her liver out of function, the Riverside Coroner's Office contacted the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory to investigate the incident, and they discovered what is generally accepted to be the real cause.
It's called the Lawrence Livermore Lab, and they check livers? Really? That Livermore family was fucking serious. Okay, it's either liver doctor or foie gras magnate. That's it.
But I want to be an astronaut.
Liver doctor or foie gras magnate. What did I say?
Foie gras magnate.
Thank you.
So it turns out that Gloria Ramirez had been using dimethyl sulfoxide, or DMSO, an industrial solvent used as a powerful degreaser for engines and shit as a home remedy for her cancer.
Okay, and I just want to point out, since I'm sure you guys won't, that it worked. After she died, her cancer stopped spreading immediately.
Yeah, but even after degreasing her engine, she failed emissions. So.
Okay, so little side note here. As you can tell from Noah's squeaks, DSMO should make any skeptic's hair stand on end. While DSMO actually can act as a painkiller and does have medical uses, they certainly aren't from the kind you buy at the hardware store, which is what Mrs. Ramirez almost certainly did.
I love this. I'm just like picturing her at the hardware store counter looking around like, excuse me, do you guys do free samples? Get those little spoons? Free samples?
And regardless of what store you buy it from, feels like I shouldn't have to say this, but don't shoot the industrial degreasing fluid up your ass. I mean, just also not down your throat, or don't put it inside your body at all. And again, no matter how trusty the retail location might be, I feel like that's irrelevant.
Walking through Home Depot, where's the oncology aisle?
Yeah, so DSMO has been pitched as an alternative to chemotherapy and other real medicines ever since one of its early proponents was featured on a 60 Minutes documentary, and one of its major supporters, Mildred Miller, went to jail for Medicare fraud after publishing her book proposing it as a cancer cure. Quote, a little dabble do ya.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
The FDA and other legitimate medical groups have been unequivocal in stating that DSMO is not a cure for cancer. Neither is liquid pipe cleaner, for the record. I can't. Why am I doing this?
Or toilet duck, or
You failed to read the entire title of that book. The full title is A Little Dabble Do Ya In.
Skimming, that's the problem. Okay, quick side note, but like, has anyone ever studied how much damage 60 Minutes has done just featuring these kind of assholes?
right?
Like, rumor has it a man in Sioux Falls is treating his prostate cancer by shoving scorpions up his ass. Let's do a feature on it.
Yeah.
All right, got it. So don't go to Home Depot for cancer cures or Sioux Falls for anything. But what does this have to do with fainting and vomiting? Were the staff just like disgusted by her use of alternative medicine? And
Yeah, I know. I feel like puking.
Right. So what they think happened is so bizarre, I'm going to read you the direct quote from the Wikipedia article. Quote, the Livermore scientists theorized that the DMSO in Ramirez's system might have built up owing to the urinary blockage caused by her kidney failure. Oxygen administered by the paramedics would have combined with the DMSO to form dimethyl sulfone, DMSO2. DMSO2 is known to crystallize at room temperature, and crystals were observed in some of Ramirez's drawn blood. Electric shocks administered during emergency defibrillation could have then converted the DMSO2 into dimethyl sulfate, DMSO4, the highly toxic dimethyl ester of sulfuric acid.
Jesus.
Exposure to which would have caused some of the reported symptoms of the emergency department staff.
Jesus.
Fucking what? You know you have fucked your system when electric shocks are converting the poison in your body to like just worse poison. Like, that is reverse superhero shit.
Walter Weiss just standing in the corner of the emergency room with a crystal of her blood ready to throw it. You got one part of that wrong. This is not meth.
all right, well, this feels like another one of those crossover universe with our other episodes type situations. Like the next day, Gloria comes into the hospital looking like Dr. Manhattan. She's like, so I found a radiation machine in Guayana, Brazil, and shoved it up my ass. Did I do it right? Is the cancer gone? Or
Right. So again, in layman's terms, Gloria's kidney failure resulted in a bladder full of chemicals, which, when exposed to the oxygen and electricity administered by medical staff, turned into goddamn airborne sulfuric acid.
Whatever, man. I can do that just by eating some French onion soup. Come on. Jesus.
I gotta say, I take what I said earlier back. Like, this is a superhero power after all. It's just kind of a one-time use sort of a thing.
Exactly. Now, I should add here that at the end that Miss Ramirez's family disagree with Livermore's findings, but they are wrong and very likely trying to cover up the fact that their mom's wooey cancer cure turned her into a fucking chemical bomb. So, like, I get it. But
Or she just had weirdly specific life insurance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
all right, so if you had to summarize what you've learned in one sentence, what would it be?
talk to your doctor about whether Drano is right for you.
And are you ready for a quiz from the panel?
I'm formulating my answers
No.
now.
That's a
All right.
Formulating?
So let me go first.
Chemicals.
Okay.
They turned this story, Eli, into a made-for-TV movie. What was the title? A, Catch Me If You Cancer. B, You Got Cervixed. C, Scent of a Very, Very Ill Woman.
That's so mean.
Or D, Das Put.
I'm going to go with C because I know what that last thing smells like, but I can't say why.
Absolutely correct, my friend.
Wow. All right. So obviously taking DMSO for cancer was a bad idea, but plenty of good at-home cures are available. Which of the below are totally legitimate cancer cures that almost certainly work? No kidding. A, cryotherapy, a brief exposure to temperatures as low as -120, which cures nearly 100% of any cancer in your nose, fingers, toes, or ears. B, urine therapy, a therapy where you drink your pee, which cures you of the cancer of social events and dating. C, rebirthing therapy, a therapy where you pretend to be a reborn baby, which cures you of the cancer of adult responsibilities, since no one will ever take you seriously again. D, oncology.
That would be secret answer E, dying like a doctor by going home on morphine until you're dead.
Dream a little dream with me, Eli.
All right, I got one for you, Eli. Now, obviously, this is a pretty progressive show, and we try to highlight famous women in history who earn their notoriety from all kinds of things, not just being a festering den of putrescence and or death. So, of the every woman we've ever named an episode after, which one had a corpse that probably couldn't kill you? A, Gloria Ramirez.
No.
B, Typhoid Mary Mallon. C, Marie Curie.
Oh, right, her too. I forgot.
Or D, holy shit, guys, we should rethink how we pick female topics.
Wait, Tom did one on somebody. I don't remember. It's like a journalist or something.
Yeah.
What did Tom do? What was
Nellie
that one?
Bly.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot her
great,
name.
okay,
She's a
all
woman,
right.
so I
You mean
forgot her name.
that
but-
fucks up
You
my
mean Carl
joke.
Tanzler?
I did one on Boudica, too. It just fucks up the joke.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with secret answer E. Sandra asked me to do the episode. It's Sandra's fault. Hi, Sandra.
No, you don't get away with shifting
You hate
blame
women.
there.
Why do you hate women?
You're
what?
wrong.
I'm on their side. Sandra, boo. Sandra, boo.
All right, Noah, you stumped him. You win.
All right, well then I will choose the most feminist amongst us for the next essay. That would be, of course, Heath.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
Loves
So
women.
I'm going to toss it over.
Just not phone calls from them.
So I'm going to talk. That it's nothing to do with the gender. I don't like phone calls from men either. I don't like phone calls. All right. So I'm going to toss it over to Sarah for last week's Twitter answer and this week's Twitter question.
Thanks, Heath. Last week's question was, what the hell was in the box? The answer comes from A.T. Fields on Twitter with this: Schrodinger's Hello Kitty. This week's question is, what will you leave inside your body for the paramedics to find to help promote the show upon your death? Just retweet or Facebook share this episode with your answer for a chance to be next week's winner. Back to you, Heath.
All right. Well, for Noah, Eli, Cecil, and Tom, I'm Heath. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We'll be back next week, and by then, I will be an expert on something else. Between now and then, you can hear Cecil and Tom over on Cognitive Dissonance, recorded out of their beautiful, video-equipped, high-tech, extremely comfortable, awesome studio. And you can hear Eli, Noah, and myself record our shows, God Awful Movies, The Scathing Atheist, and The Skeptocrat, out of the quietest room in our houses that we can find at that moment.
Second quietest for me.
Or
but
sometimes
yeah.
second quietest. And if you'd like to help keep the show going, you can make a per episode donation at patreon.com/citationpod. And if you'd like to get in touch with us, listen to past episodes, connect with us on social media, or take a look at the show notes, be sure to check out citationpod.com. And remember, if your kid gets kidnapped, you're a bad mom. Mostly your fault.
I'm Wally Safer, and this is 60 Minutes. Today I met with Mildred Miller, author of the book A Little Dabble Do Ya. We talked about her book and other common cures for illness. We met at her estate in the Hamptons over tea. Miss Miller, thanks for sitting down.
Of course, Wally. Another scone?
No, 3 is plenty. So, Miss Miller, what other cures did you discover in your research?
Oh, there's so many. A tiny bit of dimethyl sulfoxide will cure your cancer right up. You can get it where you get other toxic chemicals.
I see.
And a small glass of thumbtacks is the best way to get rid of insomnia.
Fascinating.
And smashing your face with a bowling ball will clear up all your acne. Just poof.
Amazing.
And if you are having lower back pain, the best remedy is to lay in bed and... Have you ever seen the movie Misery? Just put your ankle on a block of wood and have someone swing a hammer at your leg.
But wait. How does that help? Miss Miller.
More scones?
I love garlic. There's garlic?
But what about Tom?
A lady dies.
Okay, I would love for that to not be my thing. Why is that my
We
thing?
all would, Tom.
Oh.
Why is that your thing?
You want to share garlic?
Can we rub it on that naked lady? The dead lady?
can.
Dead lady?
Tom, lock eyes with me. We are in sync today, buddy.
Did you know that parents rank financial literacy as the #1 most difficult life skill to teach? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app for families. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn to earn, save, and spend wisely. And parents can rest easy knowing their kids are learning about money with guardrails in place. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/getstarted. That's GREENLIGHT.com/getstarted.